I don't think you can just hang out with your ex.
Okay.
If we was broken up, would you be able to hang out with me? No, we'd be fucking. I don't have no male friend.
Nah, you don't have no male friend. She know I don't play that. I ain't gonna play that brother stuff.
We share passwords now, but at some point, if I used to touch his phone, it'd be World War III.
Whoa. What I know about you, like, you ain't finna let nobody else speak on me in no type of way. I don't care who it is. My own family then be like, hey, bro, that damn girl ain't finna let me say shit about you.
Nah, anybody can get it. This isn't your typical couples podcast. We're more than just husband and wife.
Yeah, baby, we homies.
I know that's right. Come hang out with the flyest, realest,
most hustling couple you know.
And get authentic, uncut perspectives on love,
fly shit,
and everything in between.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. We are back, y'all. It's time for the 4th episode of the Love and Fly Shit podcast. I'm Jenna and
I'm Donay.
And we are super excited again to be here with you guys.
We finna talk it, baby.
Yes. First, let me just say how grateful, thankful, and happy and excited we are that people have been really just loving our podcast.
Yeah, that's dope.
We got so much feedback saying that you guys really like the fact that we keep it real. We're talking about topics that most couples are afraid to talk about with their significant other. And that's just exactly what we want to bring. We want y'all to feel like when y'all talking to us, you talking to one of your guys, you talking to one of your girls, but all in like one big room.
That's
right.
right.
We want y'all to feel like y'all know we gonna keep it real. Y'all know we gonna touch on some things that may not be the easiest things to talk about, but we giving y'all real perspectives, real information. And I think the reason why Donay and I can do that is because, like I told y'all, we've been friends since we was in high school.
It's my partner.
Yeah, so we just, this is just really how we talk to each other every day. And really, if you was in our circle of friends, you would know
it's normal.
This is how we talk. We have debates, we talk about things that are funny, things that will get us mad at each other. We be going back and forth. Yes, we do. It be real. He do be getting me mad in real life. I know y'all see it. But at the end of the day, we gonna laugh, we gonna smile, we gonna love.
We gonna love.
We always gonna be on some fly shit.
Fly shit only.
So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Keep tuning in. We got more for y'all. Today, what we have is a topic that is just a little touchy, but very, very, very necessary.
Okay.
Because as I always say, y'all, been married for almost 10 years. And in order to stay married for almost 10 years, you have to really know how to protect your union. Ooh. And that is what we're talking about today. Protecting your union. Obviously that directly applies to relationships, whether it's a marriage or a situationship or, a real long-term relationship or short-term relationship. You have to protect the union that you value. And it also, in some ways, can apply to a friendship. When you have friends, you got to protect that friendship from outside influences sometimes. So that's what we're talking about today. Donay?
I mean, that's I think it's a good topic to touch on. You got to know how important it is to protect your union, like your wife, your kids, your friendship. That's very important, especially as you get older in life. Like, people will try to come in between you and your union. They'll see what we got going on and try to come in between it in different ways. It ain't always just trying to get at your wife to try to take her from you. Sometimes it's trying to get your woman to make decisions that they know you won't make. So your woman got to be strong and she got to know the business that you stand on to be like, nah, I ain't going to do that today. Or I got to go speak with my husband and talk about that versus letting somebody force her into doing some things she know you against or know it's something y'all against as a union.
Yes. So, y'all, my zodiac sign is a Leo. So naturally, I'm just like an overprotective person of the people I love, especially when it comes to my family, whether it's my brother, my sister, mama, daddy, my man, my kids. Like, I'm just naturally like a lioness. And protecting your union, it is sometimes about defending the person that you're with, or sometimes it's about defending your relationship from outside influences, like I said earlier.
Okay, while you touch on it, I want to bring up something. So since you say protecting your union from outside, so how you feel about people that's married and have opposite sex as friends?
Ooh. So you saying, no, that's just my brother, we just cool?
Yeah.
Or, oh, that's just my little sis?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is how I feel about that.
Talk to me.
Now listen, as a woman who I've always considered myself like attractive. I always consider myself to be somebody that a man is gonna naturally be attracted to, a straight man. So I do think that in some situations, depending on the people, it's hard to have a strictly platonic relationship
Okay.
with the opposite sex if they are a straight person. Like, it's hard for a very attractive woman to be around another very attractive man and for that relationship to be platonic unless there's some type of other ties. Like, unless it's like your family member or they are the significant other of one of your close friends or family members. I feel like people can say all day is we just friends, but unless y'all have some kind of underlying relationship that really does make y'all family or, you know, where you have loyalty to somebody else outside of that relationship that makes that person somebody you would never go near, I don't know how I feel about having just friends. Like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I don't have no male friends.
Nah, you don't have no male friends. She know I don't play that, man. I know my wife beautiful. She's smart. She got a body. She just a turn on. So I ain't gonna play that brother stuff. So anybody that thought they was a brother or they're a brother, you're not a brother. You got to be a real brother. Like, only males that I ain't gonna say allowed to talk to. I almost said allowed. I ain't gonna say allowed. Only males that she communicate with on a regular basis is her father and her brother. That's it. Anybody else, man, you gotta holler at me, man. Come through me.
But see, the thing is, like, your friends, I consider them to be friends, but I'm not talking to them on the phone every day.
No.
I'm not going to hang out with them every day.
No.
Like, I'm not around them outside of being around you.
And my real friends know, don't you reach out to my damn woman. You reach out to me. And any questions you got for my woman, you can talk to me and I'll holler at my woman. Now, if we around each other and, you know, we all grew up together, y'all shoot shit, y'all talk, that's cool. But anything outside of that, man, you got to holler at me, man. Partners, cousins, family. Hey, bro, don't you call my woman just straight on like that. I just don't play like that.
So you don't play like that, but you got all these little female friends.
That's my sister.
That you call
but
your
they
sister.
Don't call me, though. Like, they don't call me. They don't call me. Like, they my sister in public. Like, what up, sis? Always all love like that. But, like, calling me, I ain't gonna do that, man.
Listen, he got 2 real sisters. Those are his only sisters. And I don't trust his sister's friends. One day, this is a long time ago, before we was even engaged, we were sitting chilling at his mama's house for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And his sister, you know who you are, girl. So, hey, sis.
What happened?
You brought this girl around that I had been seeing around. I guess she was your friend at the time. Listen, as a woman, you can tell by another woman's energy towards you how she feel about your man.
Yeah.
Especially if y'all haven't met before, but she has been around your man before. You can tell by the way she size you up, by the way she look you up and down, by the way her demeanor changes, whether or not she look comfortable or not, whether or not she thought she was gonna be the one on his arm. This bitch was that. Okay. She walks in the room. It was just an awkward feeling. I don't know why, because I had seen her before and she had tried to be all up in my face. Hey, how you doing, girl? You so pretty, all this other stuff. But this time was just a little different. Almost like she had a conversation with somebody or she had gotten her feelings about her friend's younger brother. And sis, she was going around the room introducing the girl to everybody that was at his mama's house. And when she got to me, she was just like, and this is Jenna, this is his. She was like, this is Jenna, this is his. She said, what are you again to him, Jenna? I said, his everything. First of all, sis, don't play with me. You already know what I am to him. And I know you're probably laughing at this, but at the time, it wasn't funny. But anyway, mama was like, I know that's right, Jenna.
Oh, my mama always starting shit, man. My mama stay starting shit,
She just stood back looking like, I know that's right. First of all, I am his everything, since you don't know what my title is at this point. Because, like, I wasn't his fiance or his wife at the time, but it was almost like a little awkward thing. So I don't know if that girl had went back and told sis.
Now, let me show y'all how random this is. So she got her some random. We walking. She surprised me with a trip to New York. I had never been to New York. I was like, damn, baby, that's dope. She surprised. I'm like, damn, I ain't Beyonce tickets, Jay-Z, that's my guy. So I'm super excited. So, I'm all out in New York for the first time. We walking through Harlem. We shopping. We hitting all spots. So we walking. And I ain't gonna say dude look like no junkie. I ain't gonna do it. But he was skinny. You know what I'm saying? He was real skinny though. He was skinny, but I'm watching. At first I'm thinking he looking at me. So then I noticed he wasn't looking at me, looking at my woman. So I'm like, damn, I'm looking at her. Then she looking at him. And I'm like, okay, you playing with me out the States. You know what I'm saying? You walk up, he talks, hey. She talks, that's my friend. He looking, they looking weird at each other. He like, hey, you got small, you looking nice. So I'm looking like, yeah, this is what her old little dudes right here. She used to be
No,
jamming.
he wasn't.
Yes, there was.
On everything
Yes, there was.
Okay.
You told me.
First of all, we were in Times Square. It wasn't Harlem because I remember everything.
It was Times Square. Okay,
and
okay.
I ran into somebody that I knew back from my freshman, sophomore, all throughout college. The reason why it was an awkward silence when I saw him is because he used to be a Division I basketball player.
Okay.
And he was, he had muscles. He was an athlete, a real athlete. And when I saw him in Times Square, he literally looked so much smaller.
He was small.
Like he was just mad skinny. And so I was just caught off guard because I almost didn't even recognize him.
It looked like he was caught off guard. That was like one of my old dudes.
No, he was not. He was not. I swear to God, we never smashed ever. Like it was not like that. No.
But when I asked, you looking weird. He damn near scared. Like I'm looking like, what's up, bro?
It's like almost like you see somebody and I wouldn't have recognized him had he not stared at me. But then when I did recognize him, I was
you
like,
didn't want to recognize
I was
him.
a little concerned. I'm like, damn, what happened? Okay, so he knew what I was looking at because he knows I hadn't seen him in a long time, and he knew what he knew that he had changed. The first thing he said to me was like, "I look mad skinny, right?" Because he actually
he did say that. He said that.
He's like, I'm out here, I'm modeling now, so I lost a little weight, I lost the muscle, but how you doing? And so he was comfortable in his own skin. I was so relieved when he told me why he was skinny because I was a little concerned, but he knew exactly what it was, and so it was awkward. But then I was like, "Oh, okay, how you doing?" And we talked. And then, of course, Donay got his own little opinion.
Yeah,
but I did introduce him. I didn't just say, I said, "Oh, this is my boyfriend," because we wouldn't engage.
But you know how girls do when they it was like, this is my boy. But I could tell she said I was her man. She definitely represented me, but at the same time it was like she was introducing me to one of her ex dudes, He
was not my ex dude. Okay. He was not. He was not. He was somebody that I was very cool with in like freshman year. We didn't even really kick it after like freshman year.
Okay.
And
y'all hung out or nothing like that, party together?
No, not after freshman year. We was cool freshman year. He was a freshman. He was on the basketball team. I was a freshman. We used to hang out all the time. Okay. But we never smashed.
I got you. I got you.
He had a whole girlfriend that came
no, there ain't no girlfriend don't never stop no show, baby. The girlfriend don't be stopping shows. No, stop it.
Not, I guess you're right. Not about
stop it.
See, you just interrupted me because you want to take the tension off the fact that I still to this day don't know why Sus's friend was acting so awkward and why everybody was acting so awkward that day on Thanksgiving.
I didn't even peep the energy. I did.
You did peep the energy because you just sitting there like, like you knew what was going on. You knew the bitch was feeling you. You knew she was feeling you.
Hey, so while we right there, answer this for me. Do you think it's possible for like say for instance you got an ex? Y'all didn't break up on bad terms. Y'all just kind of. Do people break up on good? You don't break up on good terms.
I don't think you.
Well, you break up
on
mutual terms. Can it be mutual terms?
I don't think I've ever broken up with somebody on mutual terms. It ain't
to the point where like I hate you. Is it possible for you to be friends with your ex
I think it's possible for you to be cordial with your ex, but
how do you be cordial with someone?
Like if you see him, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you, but not talk to them.
Okay.
I don't think you can just hang out with your ex.
Okay.
If we was broken up, would you be able to hang out with me? No, we'd be fucking. Like it wouldn't be no hanging out. Like it'd be like, what's up? What's good? Like,
well, I'm good. I'm glad you answered that way. So, hey, while we right there, then tell me this: do you think it's okay for you to follow your ex or follow people that you know like you on social media sites?
I think that's okay.
That's okay?
I think that's okay, but I'm not following any of my exes on social media.
You think it's okay to follow your exes on social media?
No, but you literally just had to unfollow one of your exes because I told you to. So why are you asking me a question?
I didn't know I was following.
Bro, first of all, we've been together since way before you had an Instagram page. So you knew you was following that hoe. And second of all, I know you saw her pictures on your timeline. So let's be real.
I know lie. Maybe I think when you don't be like liking people's stuff, it don't be coming on your timeline as much.
He's literally.
But I unfollowed her.
So
when you told me to
it's the
unfollow
Instagram algorithm.
Yeah.
The only reason why I told you to unfollow her, because normally I would not care, but it's because she DM'd you. And that's the problem with following your exes and allowing them to follow you on social media. Even though I think it's okay, some people can't handle that. So yes, you don't. So you didn't want me to say that.
I feel you, but I still.
You didn't want me to say that part, did you?
Hey, if any of your exes follow, I don't know if they follow you because like you really.
I wouldn't know, but I don't think so.
Okay, I don't want them following you though.
I don't have that many exes, though.
No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't care if them niggas follow you for real. I just be.
My page is public.
I want them to see how bad you is and how thick you looking and. You know, how your man be all over you. I want them to see that. I'm cool
Nobody
with that.
following me. If they are, it don't matter. My page
they in there.
But your page was private, and she was following you, and she DM'd you, and that's why you had to unfollow her ass. Now, I didn't say she couldn't follow you. I don't care about that part. Yeah. But I don't want, you know what I'm saying, don't get it misconstrued, okay?
can't control that keyboard. People will be.
He's literally blaming it on the Instagram algorithm. Bro, okay, whatever. I swear guys will blame whatever on anything.
But you got to protect your union. That's the thing, though, man. Like I ain't hide that from you. I showed you, like, man, this little chick DMing me, man.
You knew you had to show me that.
Yeah, I showed you.
And that's another thing. So somebody asked me, how do you feel about giving your partner or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, your passwords to everything? Your phone, your social media accounts.
Share passwords.
Yeah, we share passwords now. But at some point, if I used to touch his phone, it'd be World War motherfucking 3. Nowadays, I set all the passwords. But back in the day, if I was to touch his phone, Donay is like the king of gaslighting.
For real?
Yes. He would, and it worked I was so young and dumb. He would make me feel like, why would you think you need to even go through my phone if I found something that shouldn't be in his phone?
Why would you?
Gaslighting, just gaslighting. And oh my gosh, girls, don't be a victim. Listen, I'm older now. He couldn't do that shit to me nowadays.
No,
but back
baby,
in the day, back
in
our 20s, he was the king of gaslighting.
What is gaslighting?
Gaslighting is a form of manipulation where someone tries to distort reality to make someone think that they did something wrong, when in reality, they are the person that is actually wrong. It is a form of psychological abuse.
That sounds bad. No, I never done you like that, man.
Listen.
I used to just be like, hey, baby, don't touch that phone. You don't even know what you're looking at. You don't even know what you're looking at. You reading shit, going off shit that ain't even, and me and my guys, we using terminology. You don't know that terminology. I would have to teach you that. You reading
it's
shit.
It's not guys. He would have, listen. Man, let me tell you the tricks that niggas do to hide shit in their phone. If y'all don't already know.
Don't believe the media.
They will either have a number that has no name saved to it, so that you don't go through and be trying to find girls' names in their text messages, or they will go to the extent of saving the number under another man's name to make you think that you are looking at a message from a man, so you won't click on it. They do that. Oh, they do that. They do that for sure. And then another thing that they will do is not respond to a message, so that when you do see it, they tell you, I don't even know that person for real. Or you see I didn't have no response. No, bro, you probably either deleted it or called the bitch. Like, they have all kind of little tricks and turns to make you think that you did something wrong by even going into their phone. Like, Donay would be like, why would you even go on my phone? What would I do to make you think you need to go on my phone?
That's what I'm saying. What would I do to make
ladies,
you think that?
Ladies, you know how it is, like.
To do something like that to me.
I'm not here anymore. I'm not, like, I wouldn't, there's nothing in his phone. Like, I'm telling y'all right now. Yeah. But I don't have to go through his phone. But back in the day, bro, like, ooh, I couldn't wait for us to have a real good night, a real drunk night. Him to get into that.
You used to treat me. You used to really put me to
a real good night,
and you would let me go to bed and
he
do
get
that.
Into that. It got to be a drunk sleep. It got to be a real good, because niggas be like really sleeping light when they know that phone is next to them.
Hey, fellas, listen to this shit, man.
Listen, y'all. If y'all need to know what's going on, take him out, have a good time. Make sure he get real good and drunk. Come home, make sure he real comfortable in the bed. Make sure that when he go to bed, that phone is not under his shoulder or too close to his head. Make sure the phone is on the nightstand. Stay up, but act like you going to sleep. Stay up, but act like you going to sleep.
Fellas, bro, this is dangerous, bro.
Listen, and then when you see that he's in a real good sleep, kiss him on the forehead, try to whisper something into his ear, even tickle his back a little bit.
Listen to this.
And see, make sure he don't wake up. Then, when you good and sure that he is not going to wake up, get that damn phone. But ladies, you got to do the prep work. If you don't know the password, you're not going to get nowhere. So before you do all of this, make sure that sometime during that day, your eyes are on swivel.
Whoa. Do you hear this shit, y'all? Listen, fellas.
Make sure that you're looking for that password. Once you get that password, girl, that's when you plan out your night to get into that damn phone.
Whoa.
So, yes, his ass was falling asleep.
So you used to be planning nights to get in my phone?
Yes. And I don't know why, because, like, I shouldn't have had to do all that shit, but I did.
But why would you do that knowing I'm handling business? You not knowing what's going on.
Y'all, what is he doing right now?
That's business.
Gaslighting. Still gaslighting.
That is business.
Why would you do that? That? This is how he used to make me feel. That shit don't work no more. So anyways, get into that phone and get to fucking work. But use your time wisely.
Fellas,
because
you
really, it's like they got some kind of like sixth sense to where once you do get in that phone, it's almost like they dreaming seeing you in the damn phone and they wake up out of nowhere. So you got to make sure that you really, really got to go.
Fellas, y'all got to be careful, man.
don't go on the phone unless you're ready to either A, see something and not say shit because you don't want them to know you did it, or B, see something and be ready to risk it all. Be ready to let it go.
Let it go. So how did you used to be sometimes? Because I mean, I used to wake up sometimes to some wild shit, man.
I think one day, did I like pour water on you or something?
And one day you threw something at me, nodded my eye, you threw your ring at me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
That's abuse.
No, wow. Okay.
That's
anyway,
abuse.
So one day, like sometimes it's hard because it's like you don't want to be no weak bitch. So it's like, okay, if I'm not gonna leave his ass alone, can I really call him on this? Because it's gonna make him think that I stood like I'm just gonna deal with the shit if I don't go nowhere. You gotta evaluate, is it really worth you leaving him? Because if not, and you say something, and he know you know.
So did it ever cross your mind like I could be reading some shit that I'm not even understanding? I'm reading this, I'm not knowing if this man is really on this. I'm reading this, but I'm going in here with the intentions to catch this man doing something. So I'm reading it with the wrong intentions. Like,
ain't no damn wrong intentions. Again, like I have told y'all before, he's never gonna admit to all the wrongs that he does. Tell me, why is that? Why is it that, I mean, you can catch a man like fucking live in action and they gonna try to find some way to make you feel like what you saw is not what you saw. Why is that? Why can't y'all admit to when y'all wrong? Because that's the problem I have. I feel like if you can't admit to when you wrong, that's when I know you're gonna do the same shit again. If we can work through it, if you can acknowledge what you did, then maybe we can get somewhere. But if you're not going to admit to it, then I'm gonna think that you don't think you did anything wrong, or you think you can get away with it again.
No, because sometimes of what you think that person did, they didn't do. So you be like, admit. And that man like, I ain't, like what you talking about, I ain't do that.
Baby,
like,
we passed it, we married. You still ain't gonna admit to nothing you ever did.
Cause a lot of times I ain't do nothing, baby. Yo, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you,
You don't
baby.
want no smoke. When it comes to protecting your union, you have like external sources of people who don't know you, but then you also have people who do know you, who you sometimes have to protect your union from. When we got married, I can remember one of our wedding party members did a toast, and it was a really good toast. Every toast up until when he got the mic was just like funny, telling old stories from back in the day. But his toast was actually really good because he said something that was super serious and also kind of touched my heart. He said, listen, y'all, when, remember this day, remember how beautiful this day is. Something, I don't know word for word, but he said, remember this day, remember how beautiful this day is, because in the future, if you ever get a phone call from one of them and they telling you what the other person did and they mad about something,
that was dope.
Don't feed into that. Don't encourage that. Remind them of this day. Remind them of what you know about them and why they got together in the first place. He basically said, like, if they do call you, then don't be the party that makes the situation worse or makes the situation bigger than what it is to make them even more mad at each other. Be the person that reminds them of how beautiful their union is. And when he said that, I was like, that was really good, because that is so true that sometimes if you are in a relationship and you call certain people, they're going to amp you up about something that you probably don't even need to be that mad about. And instead, they really could just remind you of the good things in your relationship and take you back to the point where you are reasonable and maybe you can see things from another perspective. And I feel like the reason why that doesn't necessarily apply to our relationship is because I really don't take the house business outside of the house.
You just took it right out of my,
That's what you I was just finna say. I honestly don't call nobody and talk about him. If we have a disagreement, for me, it's like he's my other half.
Yeah.
So like, I can't talk shit about me. I'm not gonna like.
That's dope.
I don't want nobody to look at him certain type of way, because like I'm not gonna let you talk shit about him. So it's no point in me even telling you, because it's really nothing you can say to me.
Nothing you can say to me.
And because we know each other so well, and I think we do have good communication skills most of the time.
Yeah. We
are gonna talk it out. Like, we are gonna figure it out without no outside influence.
But that's why, that's why we work. That's why we've been rocking and we roll so long. Like, we don't allow nobody in our space. Like, for us, if you make me mad, man, I'll be mad. I'll be mad 10 days.
He talk to his damn self when he mad at me.
And I talk to myself.
He walk out the house and be talking all in his breath. I be like, bruh, stop.
Because I ain't got nobody to talk to. I will never in my life call nobody and discuss my wife. Like,
he better not.
Because nobody know you like that. Nobody know how dope you is. So
I know, that's
if
right.
I say something they gonna just ride with, like, they don't know how dope you is, and they don't know how much of an asshole I am. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real
Sheesh.
asshole. I could be an asshole, but I'm her asshole, and she know that, and she know how to handle me, and we know how to handle each other, and I love that, man. I don't put nobody in our business, and I love that. Like, nobody could ever say, like, I called and say, oh man, she getting on my nerves, or because I know people that, you know, I'm not talking, but I know people that do that, and I'm not saying it's wrong because somebody needs something to vent to. I'm glad that we got enough amongst ourselves that we know, like, man, this ain't going outside the house. We handle our own business. We talk to each other. I don't care if you mad at me, I'm mad at you. I'm finna go hit a couple blocks. You finna go do something and not talk to me for a few hours, but we gonna come together and we gonna get this right.
Yeah, I don't play that.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't play that, man.
It's just, I mean, again, I'm a Leo, so loyalty is like one of my biggest like character traits. I just believe in loyalty, and I believe it's very disloyal when you go outside of your marriage and you talk shit about your partner. Like, it's just
it's very
disloyal, it's disrespectful, and it's not going to help the situation.
And I want to say that too, and like, what I know about you, like, you ain't finna let nobody else speak on me in no type of way. If I'm not around, she ain't finna let that go on, like, in no type of way. Like, you, and I don't care who it is. My own family then be like, hey, bro, that damn girl ain't finna let me say shit about you.
Nah.
She ain't having it. Like, nah.
Anybody can get it.
Yeah.
So that's true. I didn't got into it with your people about stuff they said about you. So that is so true.
Nah,
all of our friends and family know that's true. Like, y'all can't say shit about my man.
Nah,
I don't care if you, whoever you is, you cannot say shit about my man.
That's hard.
So that's true. That's just loyalty, and it's just something that's in me. And if you know me, I'm the same way like that about my real close friends and my family. Like, I'm not letting nobody talk shit about you. I'm gonna be the one to tell you how I feel about stuff. I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. But when you not around, if I love you, if I got real love for you, it'll hurt my body to hear somebody saying something about you that's real. You can't defend yourself from, especially if they got the wrong damn information. Now, when it comes to like this internal family stuff, you know, like how you talk to your sister about your brother, you talk to your mom about your brother. That's different. That's love. We talking about stuff out of respect and love, not stuff like that. But I'm saying, like, when people just want to gossip about other people's business, and if I'm in the room and you minds, meaning you my friend, family, whatever, first of all, people don't even play with me like that. Like, that's how I really feel. Like, you know how people say, like, don't play with me?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my energy. I don't know what it is, but people just don't play with me like that. And I think it's because they already know.
No, it's the respect you hold up for yourself. And people notice that. So they carry you a certain way. They know.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I mean?
I'm just like that. So.
And I like, and you know, and it's crazy you say that. Like, I love, like, people will quote unquote, like, man, your wife don't play. Like, I love having me a mean wife. She don't play. She ain't finna let no nigga get up on her. She ain't playing under that nice shit, that speaking, that she ain't with none of that. Like, so.
Hey, baby, how you feel about the video they just hit yesterday with Megan Good and Jonathan Majors and Michael Ealy?
I'm not playing like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not playing like that. Don't you pick my woman up and hug my woman like that, man. You shake her hand like you shake my hand.
Jonathan Majors, I'm not gonna lie, he looked like a real gangster. He looked like he was just like.
But bruh going through some things, so he can't really lash
can't
out
even say
like most men would have laughed. I'd be like, hey, bro, you all right? You know what I'm saying?
And what we talking about is there's a video circulating where it was Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, a couple other actors, I believe.
Yeah.
They were on set or doing something, and Michael Ealy walked up, and the whole video, it shows that Michael Ealy dapped up Jonathan Majors, gave him a 5 whatever, said hello. And then he went over to Megan Good and gave her this huge hug. Come here, girl. Picked her up. She jumped up. How you been doing? Okay. And then he went around the room and hugged everybody else or said hi, shake hands, whatever. They kind of cut it off. The video that's really circulating, it only shows when he gave Megan Good the hug. And then it looks like he passed Jonathan Majors up to go to everybody else. But really, the whole video shows he went to Jonathan Majors first. But either way, what happened is he picked her up. Yeah. You know, Megan Good, she's little. Like, I think that was just a natural.
No, that ain't no natural. That ain't no natural.
So he picked her up, and Jonathan Majors was standing back the whole time. Like, he just looked real uncomfortable. Like, bro, if I ain't have this case.
Yeah, I ain't playing like that.
I would say something.
Like that.
And you know, it's funny, they call Michael Ealy the green-eyed bandit.
I think even like, even my partners, ladies, when I hug them,
it'd be kind of just a pat on the back.
This, I'm not never like, no, man.
Come here, girl. So people are speculating as to whether or not Megan Good and and Michael Ealy ever had some sort of relationship, because, you know, they did Think Like a Man together. Like, obviously, their industry, they know each other some kind of way. I don't think that Megan Good was necessarily at fault in this situation, because he did acknowledge Jonathan Majors first.
I got you. So, go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
I do see how it was a little bit of overkill the way she kind of jumped up. But if that's her personality, then I can understand why that wasn't something that was wrong.
I got a personality, but there's certain parts of my personality you wouldn't want me expressing with other women besides you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is that with her personality? If you jumped up in a man's arms like that, I'm like, all right, come on, let's ride, baby. Let's go on, get out of here. I got to talk to you again, and you don't know better about this. Like, come on, that's embarrassing. Like, your woman jumping in a man's arms like that. I will think you would be like, hey, like, kind of giving a little pushback.
Yeah, I don't think I would have did all that. But
your back of your legs was kicked up in the her legs was kicked up in the back.
He was like, come
Let's
here, girl.
enjoy that hug. Like,
funny.
nah, man, that's a little different.
So I'm sure Jonathan Majors I'm sure he had a conversation with her about that. Maybe she didn't know any better.
Yeah,
and maybe she will now.
Yeah.
But,
hopefully.
So I guess, Donay not going for it.
No, protect you.
But what would you have did?
I mean, no, in a setting like that, I couldn't do nothing but be professional. I just would have been like, hey, but I would have had to talk with you like, babe, don't ever do no shit like that no more. Don't you jump up in no man's arms like that. That don't even look right. I don't know if you had a few drinks or you was really excited, you know?
She was excited to see him.
Oh,
maybe they friends. Ooh. That's her brother.
Yeah, that's her brother. There you go. All right.
Here we go with these brothers. So that's a trending topic. It's probably still gonna be trending by the time y'all see this episode too, because it was kind of one of them things. So that brings me to the situations where, like, when you are out in public and, you know, your man is fine, your woman is fine, you gon', as a man or as a woman, you gonna notice when those people are looking at your man or your woman a certain way.
For sure.
Like, you gonna notice when people...
I caught a few of them looking at you.
But sometimes you get in situations where people will actually say something. Mm-hmm. And this situation, I want to know how y'all feel about this. Like, please leave your comments. Because my perception of it is different than what I think everybody else's is. Not everybody else, but some people that I have told the story to, thinking that it wasn't nothing wrong with it. So I was out last week, and I was at an event with my circle of friends and people that I know, and this girl came up to me, and actually I know her. She's cool. I like her. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who she is, of course, but she a cool girl. Like, I really like her. And she came up to me and she was just like, where's your fine ass husband at? And I was like, and before I could even answer her question, she was like, so that I can see him in person instead of lusting over him on y'all podcast.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, okay, if I felt some type of way, I would have said something. But I didn't. For some reason, in my mind, I literally felt flattered. Like, I know my husband is fine.
That's right,
That
baby.
was my first emotional response, or my first, and like, a reaction to it. I felt flattered. My second response was, I'm glad she's watching the podcast, because obviously I want people to watch it.
Right.
My third response is almost like, as a businesswoman, like, girl, I want you to keep thinking he's fine so you can watch the podcast.
That's right, baby.
And so I literally did not have 1 ounce of this bitch got me fucked up. Like, I did not feel like that.
No, you called me laughing.
I was laughing about it. And I almost didn't look at it from the perspective of, this is my man. I was looking at it from the perspective of, this is my business partner.
That's right, baby.
They like the work.
We got product.
You know what I'm saying? You see the work.
That's right.
This is the work. Look, I'm his manager. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's my manager.
In my opinion, I'm happy that you like my client.
That's right.
And you like the work. But, you know, I was at an event the next day, or actually over my friend's house, and we was talking about the podcast, and I told the story of what happened, you know, just because I thought it was something that would be funny. And I must have said it to the wrong crowd, because instantly they was like, she said, what? Excuse me? Are you serious? What did you say back to that bitch? And I was like, I didn't say nothing. It was like, I'm glad I went there, because I would have said this, I would have said that. I'm like, what you gonna say? She basically told you she wanted to fuck your husband. And I was like, but she didn't say that. She said, well, how did you feel when she said it? And I said, well, I don't know. I really just felt flattered. Like, I'm glad she watched the podcast. Like, I said, that don't do nothing to me. And they was like, well, she she must be ugly. Or I was like, no, she's really a really pretty girl. Like, I think she's really pretty. And so the other girls were like, nah, that's not, you don't let nobody say that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, I don't know if it's because I'm like a super secure woman. And don't get me wrong, the women that I was talking to that was telling me how they would have reacted, I don't see them as being insecure at all. Very confident, beautiful, very successful women. But even from their perspective, and like I said, they successful, they got their own husbands who, you know what I'm saying, they really attracted to their own husbands. They still felt like it was disrespectful. I think that's their perspective. And for me, I don't know why it just didn't seem disrespectful. It was like, it wasn't something that made me feel no type of way.
No, but I feel like you, like everything you said, that's how you, because you're a hustler, and that's how you thinking about it. And on top of like, man, you know you bad. You know I ain't going nowhere. You know we locked in for life. You
Not
know
only that,
But I ain't gonna lie, if that was a nigga, ain't no way. Shit, furniture moving, everything would have went wrong at that damn
What
party.
you would have did? What you would have said to him?
I'd have touched him up. For sure I'd have touched him up. He like, man, where your badass wife at so I could quit? Pow, pow, pow.
No, you would not have did.
I'd immediately start putting my hands on him. For sure.
It would not have been worth all of that. It would not have been worth it.
No, but see, for a man, it's a little different. It's a little different, babe. That's like, you would he would have to say that and say, I'm playing, bro. And I still would be like, bro, don't play like that no damn more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but if he wouldn't have said he wasn't playing,
So if I wasn't there, you would have said that. You would have still felt that way. See, I think the difference is if he was there.
Nah, see, if you wasn't with me and he said that, I'm like, boy, your ass, I'd have probably.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
So the difference is if Donay was there with me and she said, and she looked at him and said, or she was even in his presence and said, oh, your fine ass husband, I'll be lusting over him on the podcast. And he could hear her.
And then rub my chest.
Bro, why you add all that in? Take out the rub in the chest. If she would have just said that and he could hear her and I thought she was even trying to make any type of eye contact, or even if no eye contact, then I would have felt like it was disrespectful because I'd be like, you kind of trying me.
You tried.
But she didn't, he wasn't there. Yeah, that's why she said, where is he?
Yeah.
And that would have been different. That would have went a little differently.
Yeah.
Had you been there. But I don't think she would have done that. I don't think she was trying to be disrespectful. I think she was telling me how she feels.
How she feels.
And see, the thing is, like, I'd be dumb to think that bitches is not watching the podcast lusting over Donay. Like, to me, like, it's an obvious thing. He's very, very attractive. He's fine, he's sexy, he got the muscles. You know what I'm saying? He got the swag. I know y'all like him. That's cool. Now, don't play with me, but that wasn't no big deal. I feel not threatened at all.
That's right.
Like, you can't tell me I'm not like if Beyonce is here, I'm right here with her. That's right. Literally how I feel. Like,
no,
you cannot tell me I'm not the baddest. So,
the baddest.
I never feel threatened by other women, but I will not be disrespected. And for some reason, my gut just wasn't feeling disrespected.
I don't think it was coming. I mean, it probably was really true.
And so they kept saying, she basically told you she wanted to fuck your husband. You can want to fuck him. I get it. I would want to fuck him too. I did before we got together. That's speaking. We're gonna get back to that.
Oh man.
But at least she was keeping it real. Because in the back of my head, I'd be thinking like half of them bitches be thinking the same thing. They ain't gonna say it. At least she was keeping it real. It be strangers that would think that about your man. And then, like, to be honest, before we really got together, like, I had friends that liked Donay. And I kind of lost a friendship over him because, a very long story short, one of my friends had a crush on Donay. Mm-hmm. And she was like she was one of the people that was with us when me and him hung out, when I was telling y'all how we met up over Thanksgiving break. I was home in St. Louis. He was there. We all hung up with a big group of friends. And she was the friend that was with me. And we didn't ride in the same car, but we did meet each other there. Anyway, she was my real friend. We went to hang out. And before we went over there, she was like, I told her, I said, yeah, Donay coming over too. And she was just like, oh, Donay, I love Donay. He is so fine, girl. I be trying to call him, but he don't never call me back. He'll never link up with me. And I was like, she's like, he ain't coming. I was like, yes, he is. Like, to me, then I ain't gonna say he ain't nobody, but he's not untouchable. Like, he will be there. Like, he gonna come.
Oh, I was untouchable.
So anyways, she like, he ain't gonna come. So sure enough, he knew I was coming. He came. So anyways, long story short, I told y'all how it happened. We met up after that. We kind of fell in love within a matter of a couple weeks.
We did.
And that was us rekindling a super, super old flame from high school. Uh-huh. And when we did get serious, like, after I had dumped my ex, and me and Donay was, we go together now. We ain't playing no while, we go together. I told my friend, like, girl, why me and Donay straight together now? She was fucking mad. And she didn't really say it, but it was like one of those awkward conversations. There's a lot more to that story after that.
Story, wow.
It's a lot more to that story. But my point is that, we got together and we had to like sacrifice friendships.
We did.
Because we had people in our circle that felt like we shouldn't be together. My point is that it did not change the way I felt about him. Because at that point, it didn't matter. And that's why, like, even with the last conversation we had in the last episode, we was talking about like your past and body count. Man, you'll miss out on the one because you worried about whether or not somebody fuck them. Like, oh yeah, really? So you agree now?
No, I said, no. See, I'm agreeing with that because you true on what you're saying. You could miss out on that special
you
one.
You saying that because it applies to you.
Because somebody had fun with somebody that you knew. But in the same sense, though, like, when it's applying to a female, it can't be the whole damn team. You see what I'm saying? It can't be the whole team.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yeah.
That makes it make more sense. Yeah. But basically, sometimes you might have to sacrifice a friendship for a real long-term relationship, partnership.
It's real.
You know what I'm saying? You might have to. Don't let your friends get in the way of your true love, because if they can't be happy for you, they really not your real friends.
Yeah.
If they can't support something that makes you happy, then they really not your real friends. And that happens all the times. You'll let your friend trick you out of your man.
That's true.
Like, don't let somebody...
That happens a lot, though. That happens a lot, man. A lot of women let females come back to them and tell them things they seeing they man out doing or how he moving.
You supposed to tell. If you see your friend's man out, get the phone out.
No, listen.
Start recording.
If you out and you happen to see him, that's different. But if you like looking you in the spot her man in, you trying to see if her man doing shit.
It don't matter how it gets seen.
Oh,
if
man,
it gets seen,
that's a problem.
Matter of fact, start recording. Like,
oh, see,
seriously, because like,
and if you see her doing that, bro, go and order a drink and throw it her way.
I'm not saying don't let your friend know if something is going on, but just know that when you do that, you take a risk, you might lose that friend.
Because you telling somebody something about somebody that they love and that they, sharing a lot of things with at that time. So like, what you say at that moment is like so real that they like, man, did you really see that? Did you really hear that? Did it really go down like that? And it's like, damn, bro, I don't even want to have to overprove that to you. I'd rather just say, no, I ain't see nothing. Whatever's gonna settle your mind, I'ma say it because I'm your dog and I rock with you long enough to, if I come to you on something like this, I shouldn't even have to over-explain myself, because as the P that I was raised on, I really feel lame telling you this stuff, but you my dude, so I gotta tell you this.
See, sometimes if you do put your girl up on game, like if you see her man doing something, you gotta be prepared for it to go, one of two ways. It could be she could take that information, she could do what needs to be done, handle her relationship the way that is best to be handled for her. No judgment. Or she could take that information and, depending on that nigga, he could make her completely flip on you. Or the third way, actually, it's three ways. She could take that information and think that you trying to come in between her and her man.
Yep.
All on her own.
So it's a touchy situation.
So it depends on like how that person is with their relationship.
No, I really say stay out of people's business. Like now, today, if I see somebody, woman, with another dude, I'm turn my head, man.
Damn.
I'm gonna turn my head. I'm gonna stay out of it because what you gotta understand at this age, man, people got more tied to their relationships and situation than just love. And I don't want to be a part of that, man. I'd rather act like I ain't see it, man.
That's messed up. Yeah. So if you know that a girl is out here just doing your man dirty.
No, I'm gonna tell him she's just doing him dirty because that's dangerous. But like
yeah, it's dangerous.
But it's dangerous. You can get somebody hurt. But if I'm somewhere and I happen to cross paths and you ain't like one of my close, I'ma stay away from it. Cause it get bad, man. It get bad. Cause like you say, sometimes people think you trying to come in between their situation, or you hating on them, or you want their thing.
Yeah.
So it's one of them situations.
That's true. And then another thing, y'all, misery loves company. I know your grandma told you that, or your mama tell you that. It's true. Like sometimes people who are miserable are not even just miserable. They're not happy, whatever. And it's I'm not saying that makes them a bad person. It can be a part of human nature. They might not even know they're doing it, but it might make them feel better to hear that somebody else is going through what they're going through or something worse. And that's just human nature once again. Like some people don't have that much control over their emotions and their mind to be able to avoid that.
That's true.
And so you got to understand, if you got a friend who is like just not happy with her own man, she can't wait for you to tell her that yours did something. Like that's, you know, that's more, that's entertainment. That's, oh shit, I'm not the only one. That makes me not feel as bad about my own situation. So that's why it goes back to keep the house business inside the house.
That's true.
Quit putting everybody else in your relationship.
Don't put them in your relationship.
Because, like he said, they don't know your man like you know him. And this does not apply to if you just got you a new random nigga and like, you know what I'm saying? Like he doing something wrong. Yeah, you need your girls. But when you in a real relationship, when you in a marriage, like you took an oath or you took a vow, whatever you want to call it, however you did. I don't know if you went to the courthouse, you went in front of a pastor, whatever. You said that, it depends on how you said it, but basically like what God has put together, let no man tear apart. Like that's the whole
real.
thing. Don't let no man or no woman tear y'all apart.
Nope.
So you can't let nobody be in your situation because they don't know them like you know them.
Nope.
And they might not care about your situation as much as they should if they really your friend.
They really your friend.
I want to get back to the whole cheating thing. Because honestly, like I said before, if you filed single on your taxes, then you single. Like you have a choice. You're not supposed to be tied to one person. Until you find that one person that makes you happy, then I feel like you should figure out yourself.
That's true.
And then, you know, figure out somebody who's going to make you happy
That's
completely
true.
to the point where you don't want to cheat. Like for me, I want you to not want to cheat. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I can't do this because I'm obligated to this person. I want you to not even want to do it because for me, I've never cheated on a Donay because I don't want nobody else. Not because, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it makes me an immoral person. Like obviously now that we married, it would. But before that, before we got married, I didn't cheat on him. I've never cheated on this man. I can honestly say that. But I can't say that about everybody else I was with. Like, shit, I cheated on somebody to be with Donay. Like, that's how it was. I feel like in a relationship, you should not want to cheat. And so it's a good feeling when you don't want nobody else.
That's true.
Like, that's a great feeling when you feel like, I'm so happy that I'm not out in these streets. I'm so happy that this person makes me this happy and I'm content and I'm excited.
I never was like content with a woman the way I'm content with you.
That's
know what I mean?
good to
Like,
know.
and that's
So why do men cheat then?
I mean, I think sometimes, you know, I can't answer for all men. I just believe some men don't be always content with the woman that they with. Or they feel like the woman that they with ain't everything to them. You know what I'm saying?
So that's why you have cheated in the past.
No, see, in the past, I was young, babe. Like when I'm young, like I said, I was young, immature, playing with something serious that I had that I couldn't just get again. You know what I'm saying? Some shit you just can't redo. And luckily God didn't, you know what I'm saying? He punished me. He could have took you from me. Like, nigga, you playing. She gone now. And I could have, no, I'd have been straight, but I wouldn't have had one of you. And it probably, because I tell my young fellas, man, like, man, go hard on your purpose, get your paper, have fun. I'm not saying just be doing women bad, but like, have fun, bro. Take your time. Get your money right. Because when your money right, you able to really get and pick what you really, really want and what you really was good for you. And like, I'm saying that to say, like, at the time when I came across you, yeah, I done been through enough. I had enough going on to say, like, I understood like what kind of woman you was, but at that same time, I was young. I was playing. I was still young, out here playing around and not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I was glad, you know, God put some good sense in you and you ain't leave me. You waited on me, took your time, and you didn't want to cheat on me or felt like you needed to.
I didn't want to. If I wanted to, I would.
I need to get you back. Or no, she never was that kind of woman, and I loved you for that, man.
I'm not so I've never been a get back type of woman. I'm gonna do what I want to do type of woman.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. Like, I didn't want nobody else. I only wanted you. So I wasn't gonna just go purposely do something to hurt you.
So, but that's why anytime, if I did fuck off and do some dumb shit, like, if you got on me, man, I felt bad because it's like, man, it's
I
damn.
couldn't tell because you gaslighted me.
Man, I mean, I did. I felt bad. I'm like, man, this one man, you better quit playing that. You better tighten
Yeah,
up,
because you
bro.
almost
You
lost
better
me.
tighten up, bro.
You
So
almost lost
any
me.
of my fellas out there, man, if you got something real in your life and she's solid and she a pure woman and she ain't out here on no that other shit, man, tighten the fuck up, man, and get that woman the world, man.
No, that's right. You always have given me the world.
Yeah.
But I do feel like, dealing with infidelity in the earlier part of our relationship, honestly, and I hate to say this because I don't want nobody to think this is like you're supposed to be tested, but it did test my loyalty and my like the way I felt about you. Because anybody else, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah.
But it showed me that I really only wanted you, like no matter what you did. And it showed me that I could have the patience to allow you to grow. See, I feel like we were so young that I understood that he don't know how to be with one good woman yet. He just don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? We 25. Like, being realistic, how can I expect you to just 100% drop everything when me and you got together? Because you so young and that was your lifestyle. So I was willing to grow with you. I was willing to teach you and to show you what you deserve. I used to tell you all the time, like, these hoes you around, they don't even deserve to breathe the same air as you. Like, you don't even understand, like, the level that you're on, the potential that you have, and you putting yourself around people who, in my opinion, are not on your level. And so that's really how I felt. And I feel like you just had to get there. Like, I feel like it was in you, and I felt like your intentions were good. Like, I feel like you never would do something to just be outright disrespectful. But we was young. We was young. And the good thing is it was really some type of like magical, like outside of my control feeling to where my mental, which is usually super strong, like I'm the type of person where I can usually like 100% control my emotions with my mind. I can tell myself how to feel. Like, it's weird, but I can do that. For some reason with Donay, I could not do it. Like, I could not tell myself that the logical, the best, the most rational, the optimal situation was not him. I could not tell myself that because it didn't feel that way. So you are the first person to make my emotions take over my mind to the point where my decisions were affected by my emotions in a way that I couldn't control it. And that's why we still together to this day. And I still feel like that. I still feel like I don't want nobody else.
And that's how I feel, baby. Like,
you better feel like
that's
that.
how I feel. I definitely feel that
Listen,
way. I tell you all the time, like, I ain't never gave no woman much control as I gave you. You know what I'm saying? And I give you. So you earned it though.
I definitely earned it. I definitely earned it. But not that I was trying to earn it. It's just that, we've been together for a long time. I done gave this man 2 beautiful kids.
Beautiful kids.
I done gave him, my whole self. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never had to worry about nothing I got going on. He always knows that I have our best interest at heart. Even before we had kids, like, he knew that I had his best interest at heart. And I feel like everybody deserves to have somebody who gonna always have your back. Who is always looking out for you. Who is gonna sometimes put you before themselves. And I feel like that's what he recognized. And even though it took him longer than me to get to the point of being 1,000% committed, like, he got there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Can't no bitch get him now.
No.
And it's crazy to say that, but I'm not that friend that's gonna tell you, like, girl, like I said, I'm not gonna tell you, girl, fuck him. Like, if this is the man that you willing to go to bat for, this who make you feel that way, then you might have to go through some things. And I'm not saying it's mandatory. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying, like, your situation is your situation. And don't let the outside influences tell you something that, you know what I'm saying, they don't have experience with themselves. And like I said, they don't know your situation as well as you do. And it be the divorced bitches, it be the bitches who never been married, who always got something to say about somebody else's man. It be the women who ain't got no experience keeping a man. And I take that back. I hate to say keeping a man because it's not about a man being kept. I don't want to keep nobody man. I don't want to keep my own man. I want him to want to be here.
That's true.
But as far as, like, sustaining a relationship, it takes work. And some people are not willing to put in the work. And they don't want nobody else to be happy, and they not gonna, support you putting in the work to keep your relationship happy.
Keep your union hard. Yeah, that's true. Keep your union tight. No, that's true, baby. Like, and that's why, you gotta keep the right people around you. You gotta make sure you ain't got the wrong people around. You gotta make sure you got people around you that's supporting you, really rooting for y'all, and appreciate y'all union that they see that y'all got together. Because if not, you're around the wrong people, man. They waiting on that one little time to slide in to create some diffusion. So you gotta watch out for that, for sure.
So that is what we have to say about protecting your union. I know we kind of, you know how we do. We just kind of go off on tangents and tell stories. But I hope y'all caught the message, which is like, sometimes you just got to keep your business to yourself.
Mhm.
And if you really want to be with somebody, make sure that you're willing to put in the work,
Mhm.
that y'all communicating,
Mhm.
and that those outside influences don't sway you from how you really feel. What I want to do is I want to, of course, come back to our little fun little game, because when we talk about all this serious stuff, like, it's so good to get the little games where we get to ask each other these cute little questions. Today, we're going back to tonight's Conversations card game, the Connecting Couples deck. I'm going to...
You gonna pull first?
No, I want you to pull first, baby.
All right. What do you remember most about our first date?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so our first, like...
You remember our first date?
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
Our first date was actually a couple weeks after we started talking. I came back in town. At this point, I was in love. I was like, we go together.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? But we didn't. I don't think we technically went together, but I had already like dumped my ex, and I was like, I knew that was the night that I was gonna finally give you some.
Ooh,
I knew we was gonna get down that night. That was the night I knew I had to come in looking good, smelling good, feeling good. I knew we was gonna finally, all these years, y'all, I had been wanting this man since I was 15. That was the night that I was gonna really like solidify that shit. And we went on a date. He took me to Ruth's Chris in St. Louis. And I still like love Ruth's Chris to this day, partially because of you. Yeah, I remember.
We were freaking on each other.
Oh my gosh. This was the Ruth's Chris. You know how some Ruth's Chris, they have like booths, and you can like close the curtains on the side of the booth so that way nobody can see you until the server comes over and serves you. What I liked most about Donay on that first date is that he was just such a boss. Like, he was just telling the waitress, okay, close these for me. Okay, she'll take this. Okay, we'll take that. And, you know, at the time, I was in my 20s, so, like, I think Ruth's Chris was considered, like, a balling meal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was, like,
some money be going there at 20 something.
Yeah, like, he was going to spend a few $100s in Ruth's Chris. And so I'm like, okay, he doing his thing. And he was just moving like such a boss. And then, I don't know. I think we both knew it was gonna go down that night. So we were just staring each other in our eyes, and like it was just like
it was a lot of tension in that booth, man. It was.
You know how it is when you first start talking to somebody and like y'all talk on the phone all night, especially if y'all live in two different states. It's like y'all have these intense conversations, and you just like, damn, when I finally see this dude, it's going down. Okay. So that was it was that type of energy. And so like we sitting across from the booth. Next thing I know, he's sitting next to me in the booth. And he was doing way too much. Listen, the curtains was closed. I ain't gonna lie. Like, we was kissing, doing everything in this damn booth. The food was good. Girl, listen, we ended up getting a room at that hotel. We're in Ruth's Chris. We didn't even leave. And that was our first real night together. Like, it went all the way down.
That was fun, too.
That's when I knew that the dick was as good as a swag and that I wasn't going no motherfucking where. That's when I knew. Like, I'm telling y'all, yeah, it matched the swag. So it was on and popping. Like, so that's when I was like, damn, this nigga is gonna have me all the way sprung. Yeah, so that was our first date. Damn, was that too much?
No, that was dope. That was dope.
I think I did too much.
I know you got to pull. Let me hold it,
I told too much business. Okay, what would be your ideal surprise date? Now, I didn't surprise you a lot. I done took you out of the country. Like you said, your first trip to New York.
Yeah.
But if you could have an ideal surprise date, which this would ruin the surprise, where would you want to go?
Man, I want to go like, I don't even know what those places called, but it's like, you know, it's like the little hut sitting on the water, and it's like they all connected, and we can
you want to go there?
Yeah, we just
they have those in like Bora Bora.
Yeah, we just like swim under the huts, come back.
I can't swim, baby.
I mean, you know, I will. You just stay in the room. I swim, come back, and then you know, like all like you can walk the board, like it's all you know what I'm talking about. Sitting on I don't know what that's called. I want to do that.
Listen, that's some rich nigga shit. I asked about a date, and he want me to take him to a damn private island and get a hut on the water and swim under and have catered dinners on the damn water.
We didn't ate that in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's his idea of a date.
Word in Atlanta. We don't need to go on no other days.
I didn't spoil him so much that his surprise date is that.
Yeah,
but hey,
That's what I want to do, baby.
That's the life. That's
me and
life.
you, just me and you.
Duly noted. Thank you so much for tuning in with us. I know this episode was a lot, per usual. But again, we appreciate y'all. Follow us on Instagram. Love and Fly Shit without the I. Follow us, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. You don't want to miss our content. You don't want to miss our new videos. Please leave your comments. If it's any questions y'all want to hear on the next episode, go ahead and drop them comments. Tell us what y'all liked about this episode. You know, we want to answer y'all questions. We want to give y'all the knowledge and the information that y'all looking for, but we don't know what it is unless you tell us.
Gotta tell us.
Comment, like, subscribe, and catch y'all in a couple weeks.
Love and Fly Shit, and we out.
Yeah. See you later.